Hello everybody, welcome back. And here's what happened last time. So he was making some enemies, for sure.
I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people. The first is Florent, Spina de Rosula's senior advisor. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabriere. Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina de Rosula and the guard.
Alright, let's go visit Jacques' family. Does that mean someone ordered Jacques to take out Callus? What?
I would say that's the conclusion I eventually came to.
So Jacques' family believes that he had struggled greatly with the order to kill Callus. Did Callus act in self-defense, or was there more to the incident?
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Crazy, right? Would you know anything about that?
Heard.
Planning to do that anytime soon?
I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth.
On the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case.
Let me think. Mr. Callus was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it.
Interesting.
That we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after. My first reaction was that Mr. Callus's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late.
You also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed.
Okay.
Said that the first shot
This
didn't
guy
hit him.
seems believable so far.
Killed Shock. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. You think there was a 3rd person there who was turned into water?
It's possible.
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill.
I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callus the Unfaithful
Okay.
been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented.
Sure. We'll see about that.
Still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed.
All our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Right. Okay. He sounds super grateful, which it could be an act. You never know.
I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've got news of that already.
I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done
What?
something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson.
Okay. I don't like the way this guy talks already. Something about this dude feels off.
We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved in the water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first
Flabbergasted. Right. Sure you were.
files from your father's case. I can help you look for them.
Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask?
Just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city.
It was crazy.
If you, hypothetically, wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is give the mecha serial number
No, yeah.
and send them after me.
That is not the best way to question
You think too
someone.
highly of my ability. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret.
Seems like you know a lot, though.
Those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both.
Makes sense.
Then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh?
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia. Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with
Thanks.
the investigation. I'll be sure to say-
I don't know about this dude.
Hello. How may I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him. Sure. I will let him know right away. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the opera house.
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Mm-hmm.
You were at the opera house too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show.
Oh, cute.
It would turn into a whole murder mystery.
Right.
I also witnessed some
Crazy
marvelous
stuff.
sleuthing work.
Oh, thank you.
I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Exactly.
Perhaps.
I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that
Mhm.
the other side has already begun to act.
Indeed.
And what makes you say that?
Oh, you know, just the like 30 or so Gardamex.
Aeneas by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial
That was
sea.
crazy.
It seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will
Aw.
always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return there.
That's
if anyone
nice.
dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora
Wow.
to bring them to justice.
Okay, so he sounds like he's got a lot of money,
Tend to go into
which the last guy said you would
I'm
need a
going
lot
to
of
strike while
money
the iron's hot. Do you have any more
to
thoughts
purchase
on my father's case?
Gardamex.
About that.
Interesting.
Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time.
He's guilty because he's rich. Eat the rich!
Time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
I was gonna say, did Luby just fall asleep listening to that?
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more.
He just said he heard
Any
one
valuable
gunshot,
clues elsewhere?
though.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
Okay, interesting. It does seem quite convenient that he can just claim he's too old to remember things.
Talk to all three suspects. Purely based on their conversations with me,
None of them sounded particularly
Hmm.
suspicious.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed
That's
to find
true.
him out, then my father wouldn't have
And
been
whoever it
able to
is
investigate
apparently a
for so many
great
years.
actor.
Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
Yeah.
But where should we start?
Let's start with Jacques' motive.
Right. Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day.
That's right.
If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father.
So Jacques fired the first shot?
If I was Jacques, I wouldn't have fired a shot at all. Okay, Levine.
And why is that?
Could he guarantee his family's safety after killing Callus?
Good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he
That's
had completed
true.
his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the order and seek protection from my father.
Seems the third person was the one who derailed everything.
Sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory. Besides Jacques,
Hmm.
the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial
That's
sea
right.
was revealed.
They gave you like 2 hours to drink your primordial sea
You think he
tea,
knew even then that we
and then sent a bunch of machines to get you.
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
Marcel.
Uncle Marcel?
He has so much money, Navia. Think about it. He just kept saying, I'll give you Mora.
Number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie,
Yeah.
he could also afford a large number of Gardamex.
And he just keeps saying that he's too old to remember
Hard
things.
for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child.
Maybe it was someone else. Florent or Thierry? Thierry knew a lot about the Gardamex.
It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use, but I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I actually tampered with the mecha. We'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory.
Is it Florent then?
Laurent?
What if it was all three of them together?
And thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques. But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security. So he shouldn't have much means when it comes
Interesting.
to finances.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha army?
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly.
True.
Who could it be?
I think. What am I thinking? Oh gosh. Oh, I'm missing something from the court of Fontaine. I still feel like it's this dude.
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
He is someone who's very close to you after all.
Still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing.
Yes.
Alright.
Bruce did
Should
say
we go
that
to the
Jackson
synth
could
production
be
base?
extremely risky. If we don't have any other options right now, we need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are. I've been looking for you.
What's up, dude?
Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you
Oh,
left.
another
We have
trial?
another trial on our hands.
Wasn't
About
there
what?
one specifically for holding trials?
Yeah.
What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is Fatui Harbinger.
What? Child?
Is that someone you know?
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little too well.
I visit him like once a week. No, our favorite white boy.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
Okay,
It's
that
absurd,
is
don't you think?
that has to be false.
How? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what
I cannot possibly see
So
that
I
being
think
true.
news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right, because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah. And it'll be a lot harder
Oh,
to
boy.
hear Mr. Callus's name.
Oh boy.
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We
I don't know, Navia.
conclusive evidence.
Let's split up.
Split up? What do you mean?
You can go to Irenaeus while I'll go investigate that place. I'm confident in my combat abilities.
Expected of my partner. Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base wide open.
Exactly.
Right? This is our best opportunity. All right then.
He may murder people, but he would never make girls serially disappear. Hey, girlie, I did not commit this crime.
I won't have any chance of making the charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
Leave it to me.
You, just like you helped us in Lenny's trial.
That's right.
Marcel, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Oh,
Hello, Silver. When did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require...
aw, the boys, they're the best.
Your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
I'll see you at the Opera House.
Oh, I can't wait to make my dramatic entrance with the evidence clearing Childe's name. For this, at least. He's guilty of so many other things.
We should also get going. This is the entrance that leads to the synth production base.
They don't want it to stand out.
Seem out of the ordinary at all. Ah, you're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
Is Paimon okay underwater right now? I'm worried for her.
It would appear
fear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia.
Uh-oh.
Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason for being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to...
Oh my gosh.
Is that right?
Of course.
As long as I accept the charge, I can...
Oh my gosh.
That champion duelist Clorent, right?
Please. Please just take this seriously.
Gotta admit, that's one of the most impressive offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Clorent will beat your ass.
You understand. You're currently the prime suspect for a major
He does
case.
not understand.
This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind
Oh
of
my
student who
gosh.
is best in the heat of battle.
What is wrong with him?
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly. We have made very little progress.
Nicolette's like, is this man stupid?
In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning. The goal of this trial
This
is
is
to
so
determine the
funny.
culprit behind the serial disappearances.
It's supposed to be so serious.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man. Huh? What's going on? Why is she projecting again?
This woman's like, this is back again? Are we kidding?
I told you it could be one of the Fatui harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness.
We're working on it.
But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had
Ooh.
any respect for this place's pointless theatrics?
I love sassy Navia.
We
This
can
is
put the
great.
discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default. Correct?
He's like, no, I want to fight.
A young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So I'll take you up on that offer.
Oh.
So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't
Wow.
mean suspicions against you have been lifted.
Nice. Good for him. Gets to go chill out for a little bit.
Who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
Oh gosh. We're doing this right now?
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be
Oh,
charged
no.
with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes, I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid.
Oh
Miss
boy.
Navia and attorneys,
Okay.
please take your places on the court.
This is happening. This is really happening.
Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial.